Is Bob Arum about to do to Shakur what he did to Bud Crawford? That's my concern. Let's talk about it.
Push the weight in our flex. Flex alive is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I got some concerns, man. And the only reason why I have these concerns is due to history. And they're very real. I'm going to pull up this article and read from Boxing Scene. Atlanta, Georgia. Remember I said the city and state, Atlanta, Georgia. For the WBO super featherweight title, Shakur Stevenson became a two-division world champion with the 10th round stoppage of Jamel Herring. It was a showcase win for Stevenson, who at times was landing at will on Herring. In ninth, it's house written, Herring was getting worn down and was dealing with a cut opened up over his right eye. The referee finally stepped in the 10th, and Stevenson was unloading with combinations on Herring. Around the 5th round, I was landing everything, and then he started trying to come on. I smelled blood. I saw he was bleeding. I was like, okay, I have to attack the cut. I was trying to touch the cut to make the doctors try and stop it, Stevenson said. Good strategy. Great strategy for the young king. I want to be a superstar in the sport. I'm here to last. I take my craft very seriously. I'm disciplined. Stevenson is now gunning for a unification with WBC world champion Oscar Valdez. He sure is. Both Valdez and Stevenson are promoted by Top Rank, so you figure this should be an easy fight to make. It's in-house. There's only one fight left at the end of the day. It's the biggest fight at the end of the day. Oscar Valdez can't keep ducking. It's time for him to fight. There's nothing else to look forward to. The 130-pound division needs to unify. Let's get it, Stevenson said. Top Rank CEO Bob Arum was ringside in Atlanta. It was very impressed with Stevenson's performance. A sensational performance from Shakur Stevenson, who showed why so many think he's the future pound-for-pound king. Jamel Herring displayed the heart of a champion, but he was in there with an incredible fighter tonight, said Arum. Now, that's the article. Here's my opinion. He already called out Oscar Valdez. You heard him do it. And the kid is a phenomenal fighter. A phenomenal fighter. And he's calling for unification. The fight is easy to make. Very easy to make. Instead, I'm not going to pull the article up now and read it. I read it on my live earlier. Bob Arum was talking about having an all-Mexican card with Valdez versus Navarrate. Navarrate is still at 126. This is a tweet from Shakur. Now, we've been calling out Valdez for how long? Because remember, they were both at 126. We've been calling them out since then. Now I see Top Rank and reporters with a voice talking about Valdez versus Navarrate. Laughing emojis. So now after taking the belt from the champ and the best performance of my career, we're talking about Valdez fighting a 26-pounder. Come on now. Is he wrong? Is he wrong? No. You know, I often asked, I said, why doesn't certain fighters get the same luxury as others? Drew, what are you talking about? Here it comes. Here it comes. Y'all know it's coming. Y'all know it's coming, but you got to prove me wrong with this. Y'all remember a fighter by the name of Vasil Lomachenko? Had 1,000,000,001 amateur fights, the speed, the angles. Went pro, looked great in his first fight. Second fight, what happened? He lost. But that didn't stop Bob Arum from saying that he hasn't seen anything like this since Muhammad Ali, since Sugar Ray Leonard. We all heard him say it. And we said, look, man, the guy's good. But come on. Why are you acting like we didn't see Muhammad Ali, some of us? Why are you acting like we didn't see Sugar Ray Leonard, some of us? Who do you think you're talking to, Bob? Why is the red carpet rolled out for Vasil Lomachenko? Here you have a young, hungry kid who just showed up and showed out and beat a quality guy in Jamel Herring. And you have both of these men in your stable. What is the problem with seeing which one is the better of the two? If you get a barn burner, you might get 2 fights out of them at least. What are you talking about making an all-Mexican card and bringing up Navarrate from 126? What did he do at 130 to deserve a fight against Valdez? That's what I'm asking you. Come on. When Shakur's right there? Okay. But again, we're talking about a guy who popped dirty A&B samples and still got the fight and almost didn't win that fight. But let me read something else to you. Shakur is, I said it when we did our first fight, Shakur Stevenson is the future star of the sport of boxing, a future superstar. Mayweather's former promoter said this, Bob Arum. I look at him as a southpaw version of Floyd Mayweather. And I think he will exceed the performances by Floyd. I just think he's a rare, rare talent. And I think that he's a young man who's growing in size. And so I think 130 will be a brief stop in his career because he's growing into a welterweight, maybe even a junior middleweight. Bob Arum said that last year, June 2020, he said that. He said that about Shakur Stevenson. Just last year. So, Bob, what are you doing? A southpaw version of Floyd? Well, we pretty much saw something damn close to that Saturday, so you weren't wrong about skill set. Kind of proved it Saturday. He still got a ways to go, but he's doing big things. My thing is, why are you trying to stun his growth at this point? What are you talking about doing an all-Mexican card? You see, you guys, you're still trying to feed off of this tribalism type of card. But wait a minute. Is there a market there? Yeah, there is. There is. The Mexicans do come out and support each other. Yeah, they do. So maybe an all-Mexican card is not a bad idea. But question, Bob, why are you undermining the black audience? Why are you undermining our dollar? Floyd left you, and it seems like you didn't learn a thing. Do you think the only people that were supporting him were non-blacks? I can tell you right now, I bought every pay-per-view. Some for 2 homes. When he fought Madonna the second time, I purchased 2 pay-per-views and went to the theater to watch it. That's 3. Why are you undermining my dollars? You just fought. You just had a card in Atlanta. Did you look around you? Did you look around you? Are you paying attention to what Tank is doing? The title of this video, is he about to do to Shakur what he did to Bud? Bud ain't vocal like that. Bud don't have a gift of gab like Floyd has. That's not how he's built. Now, we have problems with how Bud runs his business, but not one time did you hear me in particular, say that Bud can't fight. But when we know Bud can fight, and we turn around and read, you say, I've lost X amount of money and I could have bought a house in Beverly Hills with the amount of money I lost on Bud. Was it really the amount of money you lost on Bud? I know every fighter has a budget. But did you really lose money on Bud? Or did you blow it dealing with other fighters? Because I didn't hear you say that about Lomachenko. I didn't hear you say that about Tyson Fury. Was the budget that low for Lomachenko? Was that you who told Loma, yo, man, dump that WBC strap. Do not fight that Devin Haney kid. You could lose that. Dump that strap. I have more faith in you beating Teofimo. Was that you who told Loma to do that? He loses the TO. He's blaming the shoulder. He's blaming judges. He's blaming referees. Nobody said anything, but I guess that's another video, right? You didn't say you lost money. You could have bought a house somewhere else on planet Earth with the money you've lost on Fury, and this is before the third fight. This is during arbitration. You didn't say that about Vasyl Lomachenko, but you say that about Bud. You said that Shakur is the next coming of Floyd Mayweather. I just read it. Southpaw version. And here you are trying to put together an all-Mexican card. Strange. Very strange. If I didn't know better, I'd say you was trying to stun this kid's growth. So if he don't get Valdez next, what's next for him really? I don't know what the numbers were in his main event against Jamel Herring. But at this point, he just got a belt. So he's top dog. And you have a top dog in your stable. You need to have the dogs fight it out, man. The way you do business is old and run down. Why are you undermining the black audience? If you're not going to put him in there with Valdez, you already did work with the PBC. Don't act like you didn't do it. And it's not a popular thought, but call up Gary Russell. He's not doing anything. Get him in there. You've had so much talent, and you've either faltered it or just let it go. And look what's happened. You have Bud Crawford, and look at what you did. Now, how Bud chose to handle it, that's one thing. But I'm telling you how I'm viewing this. I hope Shakur's paying attention. You got to do a little more. Well, look, I don't know how the business works on that level, but he's doing the right thing by making it known on Twitter. I get that. But come on, man. This is unification. You're going to bring up somebody from 126? We always say, oh, well, this guy's coming from this weight class. What has he done? As a matter of fact, didn't we say that about Bud? Yeah, he's undisputed at 140. How the hell he comes to 147? He's supposed to have this red carpet rolled out for him. Didn't we say that? Right. And if you agreed with that, if you agreed with that, you shouldn't want this Navarrate fight with Valdez, especially since he hasn't done anything. How does he get to come to 130 automatically and fight Valdez for what? When Shakur is right there. I'm concerned about what could potentially happen to Shakur. Next thing you know, he'll be getting blamed for low seat sales. Saying that he's the next coming of Floyd is not enough. It's not enough. We already know the play. Bob Arum wants the black fighters to promote themselves. Because when Floyd was with Top Rank, he wasn't doing all of this. He waited till he left to do all of this and became the villain. And some fighters just not cut that way. Bud doesn't do that. I mean, what, Bob? You think we all act alike? You're the promoter. Stop just beating us in the head saying, I've never seen anything. You just name dropping. Ali, Sugar Ray. Oh, yeah. You got to do more than that, Bob. Promote. A fighter having a gift of gab, that's a bonus. Your job to promote. Because you know it takes a little more than just skill set in the ring, right? You just threw Bud under the bus. Are you about to do the same thing to Shakur? You got an in-house fight right now? So fine, you want to throw together an all-Mexican card? Fine. Atlanta is popping right now. What are you going to do for Shakur? You going to do that in an all-Mexican card for Valdez? Fine. What are you going to do for Shakur? Because he's a champion now. Have him headline and what? You going to drag somebody up from 126? Who? What about somebody in 130? Who do you have in a top-ranked stable that you could? What are you going to do? You're going to put Shakur as a main event against who? And then when the seat sales aren't as what you think, due to your lack of promotion, what are you going to do? Blame him? You blame Bud for Victor Posto? You blame Bud for Amir Khan? You're the promoter. Why are you undermining our dollar, man? It's time that we called you out on that. I see it coming. I see the play. But Atlanta's popping. I don't know when Stevenson's contract is up with Top Rank, but this is why we want a lot of fighters to leave there, because this is what Bob does. This is what he does. If you're Mexican, if you're any kind of Latino or you're Filipino, you're a shoo-in. He's gonna throw you somewhere and it's gonna sell out. That's what he believes. But you keep undermining the black dollar. If you don't want to get Shakur in the ring with Oscar Valdez, fine. Put him in Atlanta and let him prove you wrong. I fly to Atlanta to support the kid, and I know a lot of people that will also. Stop undermining our dollar, man. You've been doing that way too long. You done toyed around with the European audience. It was here for a minute, but even the Klitschko's went back home to fight. How many pay-per-views Vasyl Lomachenko's had? What has Triple G's done without Canelo Alvarez? I'm just stating the facts. But you want to blame Bud, right? 2 pay-per-views ain't do much. You could have bought a house in Beverly Hills. This is absurd behavior, but we see it. I see the play. I'm only left to assume what you're going to do. So if Shakur's not going to get the Oscar Valdez fight, fine. Hopefully he fights in Atlanta, and we'll show you what the black dollar could do. Go on and make your all-Mexican card, but extend the same courtesy to Shakur Stevenson, the Southpaw Floyd Mayweather, and you better hope he is the next Floyd Mayweather. Look at him. I'm saying that about Shakur. You ain't say that about Valdez, especially after that last performance. A&B sample, and he pretty much barely won that last fight. What do you want to deal with? That or the Southpaw Floyd Mayweather? Choice is yours. Bronx on deck.
Move!